Mike is absolutely right. Mary Burke is certainly going to win the women's vote by more than a point, but we have to make sure, through our voter expansion project, through Lillian's involvement, and Lillian is the voter expansion director, that is a joint project in Wisconsin with the DNC's resources as well as the state party's resources, and we are focused, I'll talk about the voter expansion project in a moment, but we are focused on making sure that our voters turn out, that they understand what's at stake in this election. And let's look at, more nationally, what women believe about the Republicans' policies. Because the Republicans themselves did a poll just about a week ago that leaked out that demonstrated exactly how women feel about Republican policies. The poll showed that women thought Republicans were intolerant, that they were lacking in compassion, and that they were stuck in the past, just to give you a snapshot. This is what women voters polled nationally said about Republicans in general. That same poll showed that women cited equal pay as the policy that would help them the most. So when you ask women what is the biggest obstacle to their success and what would help lift them up and give them more of a shot at being able to take care of their families, make sure that they can raise their kids, get them the best possible education so that they can succeed in the path they choose in life, they say that the biggest obstacle is equal pay. Because if you look at what women lose over the course of their professional lives by having unequal pay, let's say that the national average is 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. The average woman loses, over the course of her professional life, $430,000. You know what? That's real money, no matter where you are. That's a mortgage. Way more, depending on where you are, it's several mortgages. It's several kids' college tuition. It's making sure that you can live $430,000 over the professional life of a woman who earns 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. And so what that means is that it is a barrier and an obstacle to a woman who just wants to be able to help climb and claw her way with her family to the middle class. Because we know that that's everyone's goal. Just being able to make a better way of life for you and your family. Every woman I know, I have twin 15-year-olds and an 11-year-old. And there is nothing that matters to my husband and I more than making sure everything we do in our lives is done through the lens of being their parent and making sure that our commitment results in making sure that when they grow up, they have a better life than we did. Or at least as good. At least as good. So instead, what Republican Tea Party extremists like Scott Walker are doing is they're grabbing us by the hair and pulling us back. And it's unacceptable. And it's not going to happen on our watch. That's right. Not as the women of Wisconsin, not as Democrats, and it's the reason that I'm crisscrossing this country and making sure that we do everything we can to keep the focus on what matters to voters, on creating jobs, on getting this economy turned around, on fighting to increase the minimum wage.